Yeah. Well, good morning. It's John Neal here, and it's Tuesday the 9th of September 2025, and I'm properly going on a bike ride this time, but in some ways it does connect with the Tour of Britain, but tell you a bit more about that later. So yeah, let's go. Tell you in a minute what I'm doing.
I would walk for miles in the hope of seeing your face.
Well, I've got as far as Abbey Green, just whizzed through the middle of town. I didn't want to film there, it's a bit dodgy. Trying to film and ride the bike at the same time, but yeah, it's nice here. In fact, they're going to build apparently a cycleway along here. There's a nice footpath, they could have just made it that work, but anyway, Abbey Green, and I'm heading up Tuttle Hill to Chapel End and then Galley Common and off to Ansley roundabout, because, and I'll tell you now, this is the route from Chapel End along Plowhill Road and Galley Common. I used to ride that route, as I mentioned in my last video, on my way to Bedworth when I worked at St Giles Middle School, as was then, back in the day, in the 80s I think it was. And I used to cycle from Hartshill to Bedworth, which is about 8 miles. And so the Tour of Britain cycle race went along part of that route as far as Ansley roundabout. So I'll go there and then I'll carry on down towards Astley. These are confusing places. And then go to Corley Rocks, because Corley Rocks, and I'll point out on the map, I used to live when I was a teenager, well, just a teenager and a young lad. Used to live in Holbrooks in Coventry, and one place that you could get to, which wasn't a long way away, was Corley Rocks, which is a bit of an adventure. You see, in the Midlands we don't have any mountains, we don't have any rocks, we don't have any, you know, mountain streams or anything like that. And I know when I first went to the Lake District, I was about 10, I was absolutely staggered by the beauty up there, which you just cannot see in the Midlands. So I sort of yearned for it, and Corley Rocks is the best we could come up with. And yeah, so it's on the edge of the north of Coventry, and you can get out into the countryside, which you used to do. Right, back on the bike, up Tuttle Hill, Chapel End, and off to Ansley roundabout. Yeah, let's go. And all of a sudden there's a load of traffic. Right, I'm in Galley Common now. Welcome to Galley Common Village, it says. And this is Galley Common School, where Margaret used to teach. Chesterton Drive, and getting up to the top of this hill, there's a car behind me who wants to come by. Let them do that. Oh, I think I might stop it. I could start to think, why do people ride a bike and talk to a camera at the same time? It's a bit dodgy. Anyway, this is the top of Galley Common. The electric bike, the Stali E28.9. Oh, just look at it. It's an absolute beaut. I put my name on it, by the way, so I can remember who I am. And yeah, make short work of this. The distance to Corley Rocks is only 7 miles, so it's quite doable. So same distance back, more or less, about 15-16 miles all in. And I'll see if I can call in on my sister and brother-in-law who live in Bedworth. Not Bedworth, it's Bedworth. Yeah, interesting place this. I used to cycle this route up and down these hills. There's another hill yet to get up to Ansley. Then it's more or less on the flat. But down the bottom there, you can see there was a coal mine. I did do a video about the railway line which runs from Nuneaton to Birmingham, and it cuts underneath that hill. And that hill, of course, just show you again, that hill over there is in fact an old slag heap. It's a waste disposal area, but it's all grassed over and looks quite pleasant now. And there's an industrial area where the pit used to be. It's quite well hidden as well, so you can't see it. But it's such a lovely day too. September. Got to make the most of it, I suppose. Right, let's press on. This is the Ansley roundabout, and the Tour of Britain went off to the right over there. But I'm going left and then right down Nuthurst Lane on my way to Astley. Now need to cross over the junction with Nuthurst Lane and Astley Lane, and there's been a lot of accidents here. They reduced the speed limit and redirected the road junction. So yeah, everything looks pretty good, and over we go. And then just along here on the right to take me off towards Corley. Just wanted to stop and make a point of how lovely the countryside is around near Philongley, Corley, which is where I am at the moment. I'm just looking down this road here. Look, absolutely super. I hear some rattling behind me. You're a big horse. Just check, you're a mare. Hello, how are you? You can make a rattle all you want. You're a beauty, you are. Yeah, and you. Hello. I've got nothing for you, I'm afraid. Wow. This one's even bigger. Yes, you are. You're enormous. Wow. It's a footpath. I'm not going in there. Not without your permission. Magnificent animals, look at them. Somebody called it horsiculture. There's a lot of horses for pleasure use. Well, in England really, but certainly around here. Look at these beauties. Absolutely wonderful. Right. Okay, so I'm going down here, and you might be able to hear the M6 motorway down here. I've got to cross over there because I'm going down to Corley. And down here is where I will eventually back up and go into Bedworth that way. And that is the road where the Tour of Britain came back on this big loop, where it went to Furness End, Maxstoke, Philongley, and then ended up back on the Smorrel Lane to head into Bedworth. And I'm going to go along that bit, but I'm going to go up to Corley Rocks first. So let me head off down that way. And so crossing over the M6, which is probably one of the busiest motorways in the whole country. I mean, just look at it. There are one or two massive electricity pylons in this area. No doubt a legacy of the Coventry colliery at Kersley and the power station which was in Longford, which produced power and electricity for the whole area around here in the Midlands. And so here I need to turn right where this van's going up what is appropriately called Rock Lane, leading on to Corley Rocks. Unless anybody can tell me otherwise, I do believe this is one of the only rocky outcrops here in this area of the Midlands. Corley Rocks, here we are. Look, magnificent. You can well imagine for little lads from Holbrooks, North Coventry, this was quite a special place really. A little bit of magic. What's that? Bring brambles. Yeah, you could climb up here like you couldn't anywhere else. This tree embedded in the rock, it's sandstone and it's called Burrow Hill, and there's this little outcrop at the end of the hill which is Corley Rocks, and it's still here, and you know, no doubt it's been here for centuries, if not millennia. Look over here. Wonderful. I could, yeah, I could pretend I'm in the Grand Canyon or somewhere as a little kid. It's amazing. But Corley Rocks, love it. Yeah, it's not a long way away from where I live now in Nuneaton. But from Holbrooks, this was a little bit of a special trip. And we used to come out here now and again on our bikes when we could. I must have been, well, I left Holbrooks when I was 14. So, it must have been, you know, 10, 11, 12. Come over this way with some of our mates and get into various scrapes. Very, very good. Right, got to double back now because you've got to get over the motorway. Of course, back in those days, the motorway wasn't here at all. And fortunately, you can't hear it either, which is nice. Well wooded here. I'm thinking of where to use the drone. I might just fly it above here. You won't see much of this rock, but it's just a lovely little corner. And Corley is a lovely place, and the area around here, Philongley, Corley, and there's one or two very nice properties around and about as well, I have to say. Right, so let's just back up, go out this way and see if we can have another look. In line with the red colour of Corley Rocks, you can see the fields, now they're bare and been ploughed over, are very red. And in the distance you can see Coventry to the right, but those buildings there are an industrial estate where the Coventry Colliery used to be. That's the cattery. We used to take our cats, by the way, and they were very good. In the distance you can see the motorway, and these houses line Rock Lane, which I just cycled up to get here. But I'm not going to go back that way. I'm going to do a short circuit down to Bennett's Road North, down this, which is Burrow Hill Lane. It's in the thick of those trees, which is very nice. Right, I'm leaving Corley Rocks now. I'm going to go down this way, which should take me onto the main Kersley Road, save going back exactly the same way. And then I'll head over along Small Lane into Bedworth and go and see my sister who lives there. Right, let's go. I'm now heading in towards Bedworth along Smorrel Lane, which is the route that the Tour of Britain cycle race came along. Having had a cup of tea and a chat with my sister and brother-in-law, I'm now going down Marston Lane and going onto the canal path so that I can make my way up to Nuneaton next to the Coventry Canal. This is the junction of the Ashby Canal and the Coventry Canal at Marston Lane, and over there where these folk are meandering around as best they can the gates. This is the way to Nuneaton. And as you can see, the towpath here is well maintained and is very easy to cycle along. Right, that's it, done. I'm back in Nuneaton now, come along the canal path. Very nice canal path actually, from Nuneaton to Bedworth. It's a good route. And no traffic. I bet the Tour of Britain cycle race never came across that bit. No, quite picturesque too. I could have picked a better looking site than all this, but this is what you get as well. So there you go. Well, that's been a good trip. I enjoyed it. Called in and Joyce and George, my sister and brother-in-law, and yeah, great. Made it back home. It's not rained, weather's nice, just in time for lunch. So thanks for watching, and you will see me next time. Okay, bye bye.